let something about his shuffle lobby let him know that I'm watching. I'll just start shoutcasting over his games. That way I'm like innovating and reacting to his content as opposed to stealing it. It looks like Erradic's dropping the healing tide, dropping the healing stream, should be able to stabilize his team for now. Got a really nice lasso on the Prez Evoker, forces out the Emerald Communion, but now, unfortunately, Erradic's going to be sitting a full poly. It's up to the lock to press his cooldowns. He's not even tracking Dark Pact. What's he doing? Homie's got to fix his Omni CD. For all we know, the lock could just have Mortal Coil, but that heal doesn't do much. I mean, dampening ramps up so fast in solo shuffle. We've got double Earthen right now from Erradic on this lock right now. It's up to the Warlock, the LFG lock, to stay inside it. And just like that, folks, he walks outside of the Earthen Wall Totem, getting zero effect from that increased damage reduction that comes with it. Looks like their Prez Evoker's got the Shroud on it right now. Demon Hunter trades out a kick. The Prez Evoker can't be CC'd for another 5 seconds. There's a really nice static field totem. Should allow this warrior to chop them up with Thunderous Roar. But again, he's not tracking his warrior's offensive CD, so I can't see jack shit either. Anyways, it looks like the Evoker's got a Deep Breath going in. There might be a setup going on that looks like maybe the warrior. But man, the enemy team is just all half health. I don't know how they're going to come back from this. Temporal Shield forced out from the Igor, along with Alter Time as well, maybe Time Stop, but I don't think it matters, guys. This Prez Evoker is just going to go down. He's at 3%. How is he not dead? Just like that, Erradic takes the win. All right, looks like we got Erradic with the melee cleave versus that Mage Lock Prez Evoker. Now, if they play this right, the enemy team should have a slight advantage, but then again, Demon Hunter is so fucking busted that we don't really know which way it could go. I do know that the Mage is struggling to put out some damage, and if they go the Warlock here, then I mean, it's not like really much is going to change, except they get to shut down the Warlock damage. So, initial damage coming out, Erradic is sitting a full counter spell. That's really unfortunate at the beginning, but it looks like he's still able to get somewhat of a setup. Going with, I don't think he pressed Earthen. His binds are so unbelievably different from mine. Like, he has F is Spirit Link, mine is Shift R. Oh yeah, so back to the game. It looks like this Warlock's just getting chopped up. Wall's at 20%. That's a little bit too late to get any real value from that Unending Resolve. And just like that, he's getting chopped up. But the Emerald Communion forced out of the Prez Evoker is going to catch him up just fine. Let's see, double Earthen coming down from Erradic. The Demon Hunter and Warrior should be fine. And Felix, I think Erradic's team's got this in the bag. The Warlock is just not able to generate any pressure with those 2 melee sitting on him. After all, he is Affliction. Not really a whole lot of instant cast damage going out. No big Chaos Bolts to be afraid of, no Nether Portals, no bitches, no nothing. And it just seems like his health keeps ping-ponging. The Prez Evoker's trying his absolute hardest to keep him up, but he's just goes down. Erradic's got 3 wins already at 4 rounds in the lobby. All he needs to do, folks, to win this lobby is get 1 more win. He's got 2 chances to do it, but hey, you know, the worst that can happen is that he ties. So the Warrior right now is looking like he's gearing up for a 6-0. He may be the carry DPS, but we'll have to figure out if he's good. It looks like they are playing Chaos Cleave, the infamous Chaos Cleave, into Warrior Mage. So hopefully Erradic gets a good POV of what it's like to be the Resto Shaman so that he doesn't go off to Africa and get stuck behind a root behind a pillar when he's on my team as the Demon Hunter. Not that he does that a whole lot. He does have good awareness as a healer, but hey, playing a melee does that to all of us. We're starting out with a full lasso on the Warrior. He's going to jump, I think, maybe try and get a triple fear out of this. This would be very high value from the Warrior's avatar, but he's chopping up both of the DPS right now. The Demon Hunter's going to have to trade. He blurs at 20%, but I think it's a little bit too low, and Darkness is forced out too. Oh, goodness gracious. This is a really difficult situation to be in if you're Erradic's team. I don't think Erradic traded any more than just Healing Tide Totem and maybe Earthen Wall. No, he actually didn't even press Earthen Wall yet, or Stone Skin. Okay, Erradic's sitting a full sleep. That Demon Hunter is going to get polyed, but the poly is going to get swapped over to Erradic, sitting a full CC. The Demon Hunter is sitting a root too. Unfortunately, not much pressure is going out because the thing is, unlike normal Chaos Cleave, this is an Affliction lock, so it takes quite a while to ramp, but then they get spread pressure on the enemy team as opposed to just big burst. That could happen at designated kill windows. Erradic's going to go ahead and static field the Warrior off of the Warlock, getting some nice peel, allowing his Warlock to free cast a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. The Warrior's already back, chopping up that lock. Trades out Die by the Sword, even though he's at 100% anyways. It looks like they're trying to make a play on the Arcane Mage, which they may have been able to do from the start, considering he's not really using his damage or defensives well. That Prez Evoker is going to get an end cap right there. It looks like Erradic's able to stabilize his team. I know they were just a little bit scared a couple seconds ago. Now this is a perfect situation to be in if you're the Demon Hunter. All 3 of the enemy team is just stacked up right there. Should be able to get massive cleave damage, massive soul scar damage, and essentially letting them rot alongside the Affliction Warlock. Looks like, folks, that is what's happening here. The Warrior's back in Avatar, though. It could be the Warrior or the Lock. I mean, it looks like the Lock's getting chopped up but he is doing an okay job of kiting out the Avatar. 10 seconds left of this big scary damage from the warrior. Erradic's able to use a really good static field totem and grip him off. The Prez Evoker is... okay, he was silenced before. I don't know what... but he's got Nullifying Shroud up. He's not going to be able to get CC'd. Erradic's got to press Tremor Totem here. Because that Prez Evoker's trying to get a Sleepwalk. But man, look, it just seems like the enemy team right now is all around half health. I can't tell. It looks like Erradic's winning mana too, which is really good. That they have multiple win conditions on the side of the Chaos Cleave. Demon Hunter sitting a Stormbolt. The Warrior dropping dangerously low, but is picked back up. There's a Deep Breath coming out from that Prez Evoker, but I don't think I think that might be the wrong play, because this Warrior is just getting absolutely blasted, obliterated. Just like that, he goes down. Erratic wins this lobby as good, and the Warrior is blocked from getting his 6-0. Now, both the Warrior and Erratic have won this lobby. This will be to determine who gets all the marbles. One of these gentlemen will go 5-1, the other one will stay going 4-2. The rest of the players, it's kind of dicey. I think really there's only one other person that's fighting to get a third win. Not entirely sure. Or it might be the Mage. But anyways, the gate's open. This is the very last round. This determines who gets all the marbles from this lobby. Full Lightning Lasso going on to the Warrior to start. Instant Trinket, Parry, Spell Reflect. Traded out by this Warrior. He's not really going to have much later. Erratic is a dum-dum and dispels an Unstable Affliction. You can see that unfortunate shake of disapproval regarding his head. He's trying to keep his Demon Hunter up. Through this initial burst damage from the Avatar, and as well the spread pressure, there's the Soul Rock coming out. He lands a very sick Hex on that Warlock before the Soul Rock could proc, which protects them a little bit longer from that triple drain. Erratic's not traded out Healing Tide Totem yet, which is a little bit interesting. Alright, the Warlock's casting some Unstable Afflictions. The Warrior and the Demon Hunter seem to be going at it, chopping each other up, seeing who can get the most cleave damage, and it looks like the Warrior is slightly ahead. Erratic's going to have to put in some serious work here to get rid of this cleave pressure coming in. The good thing is, he does have Healing Tide. When's he going to press Healing Tide? He can press it any second. Hey dude, press Z. Guarantee you live through this damage 100% of the time, but it doesn't matter. He's a good healer. He's able to keep his team up anyways. That Demon Hunter reverses an Unstable Affliction, is eating a Silence and a lot of damage to go with it. Fear coming out, but I think Erratic is successfully able to ground it, which is really good, keeps them in the fight a little bit longer. There's the Healing Tide Totem finally, but man, their Mage is underneath a lot of pressure. He just sends out the block, is not trying to greet his cooldowns, even though he has Temporal Shield and Altered Time, and they don't really have any purges on their team. Nullifying Shroud going up for the enemy Preservation Evoker. This Demon Hunter is getting topped back up. Dark Pack traded out from the lock, but he's not really the main kill target. That's a bit of a questionable choice. Die by the Sword, back out by the Warrior, and he's going to trade that out with Avatar too. Going to see if he can reverse that pressure onto the team of Erratic. Now, it looks like the Demon Hunter is the current locked on kill target. They're both on top of each other anyways, and the Demon Hunter he dispels, oh no, he dispels an Unstable Affliction, and just like that, the Affliction Warlock is able to get some insane rot pressure, trading out the Netherwalk on their damage. That's not the best thing that can happen. But Erratic gets kicked. He really needs to get Link out. He's got to stay in this darkness too. Folks, I don't know if he can come back from this. It just, everybody on their team is so low. He's going to need a miracle. He's going to need an Ascendance proc. There's the Ancestral Guidance, but man, it is just so much damage from this Warrior, and just like that, folks, he gets cut down. Good news is, he wins the lobby, gets a successful 4-2, and we can go and harass them and play the game.